Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Parkinson pregame presser and match day preview. FA Cup Round 3, Shrewsbury Town FC versus Wrexham FC, and looking forward to tomorrow's match. So it's Saturday. Games are on right now. Chesterfield non-leaguers are up right now on Watford in the 47th minute, about to go into halftime there. There's FA Cup Round 3 games on. Great Saturday today. Well, of course, we play tomorrow. And also some league games that we need to keep an eye on. Currently, right now, Crew are up 1-0 on Mansfield at 7:49 in the morning as I'm recording this. Tranmere and Barrow are 0-0 at halftime. So these are games we need to keep an eye on because league games are still happening. Our table will adjust, but our game against MK Dons was pushed, and that's going to be pushed down the road. But we got a big game coming up tomorrow. Really excited about it. So thank you, everyone. Get involved, like, share, subscribe. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. So I appreciate everyone's support. What else I want to say? Also, want a big shout out to Sean Winter yesterday. The interview went up yesterday. Never met him. I texted him on or DM'd him. I slid into his DMs on X, and he got right back to me. And he's like, "Yeah, let's get on it and let's do an interview." And we did. And it was a great chat. 45 minutes of his time on a Friday night. So I'm really appreciative of him coming on the show, and I'm sure we'll see more of him coming on the Local Pundit. So thank you to Sean. Go check it out. It's up on our up on our YouTube page. So it's going to be fantastic. But I want to get into a few things. We're going to talk about Parkinson's quotes. Going to take a look at Shrewsbury. We're going to talk about what their head coach Matt Taylor said on the other side of things from Shrewsbury Town as well. Also the Tommy Flanagan quotes. I'm just going to put these back out there. This one stuck out to me again. I was going through putting the show together this morning. Probably should have done it live. It's halftime right now. Most of the games. One that jumps out at me right now for the FA Cup is Chesterfield 1-0 over Watford in there. So that's interesting. But back to this. The Tommy Flanagan quote is still going to stick in my craw, and hope it does for tomorrow. Don't get me wrong. They've got some good players, but they're playing at a level for a reason. I'm a firm believer in that. Shrewsbury Town, Tommy Flanagan. Yes, keep talking, Tommy. We had a good show on that the other day. So very spicy one we have tomorrow, and it's going to be a great one. Hopefully, we will be in the 4th round draw, which is going to be on Monday. Let's get that out real quick. That is on Monday evening. It's going to be during the build-up of the Wigan versus Manchester United game. Build-up on that will be. So we're going to be ball number 1 or 2. I'm sorry, we're going to be ball number 2, depending on if we win this match. So ball number 2 if we win this match. So that's that. We'll know, obviously, we won. Our game is tomorrow. But let's before I do this, I want to just pull aside something real quick that I pulled off the Shrewsbury account. That it was, obviously, games are important, but life is more important. And this was on the Shrewsbury Town Twitter or X again. This is what it said, and this has to do with one of their former players. We are saddened to report a former #Salop player and lifelong fan, John Draycott, passed away on this past Tuesday. Please join us in a minute's applause to honor John in the 86th minute of our game against Wrexham on Sunday. So if everyone who's at the match, traveling away, I think we have about 2,000 going. I could be wrong. I thought I heard Parkinson say that, about 2,000 going. Please join in, and obviously great respect to anyone's passing in their family. So John Draycott passed away on Tuesday, 86th minute, going to be a clap along as well. So let's get that done for them. So like I said, football is football, but life is life. So let's get involved there. But all right, let's dive into this match and some quotes from our manager. This comes on the website, the Wrexham AFC website, and Parkinson's sitting there in his great jacket. I love it. So Phil Parkinson is relishing the opportunity for his Wrexham side to test themselves against League One opposition in the Emirates FA Cup on Sunday, which is tomorrow. He said, this goes on to say, and I'll get you the quotes too. Will Pritchard did the reporting here. Will Pritchard 19, but this is on the website. The Red Dragons got to the 4th round of the competition last season, taking on now Premier League side Sheffield United to a replay at Bramall Lane. That was a fantastic game. We talked about that yesterday in our interview with Sean. He went to both home and away. One with his kids away. That was fantastic. So, speaking on the side's preparation, Parkinson said it's going to be very similar in terms of what the way we approached Coventry last year. The Coventry match was one where we were looking forward to seeing the team against higher opposition. This match is no different. Shrewsbury are a very established League One side with a lot of very good players. He goes on to say, it's obviously a division that we aim to be in. Yeah, absolutely. So it will be a good test for us collectively, and it will be a great cup tie. There's a lot of elements that will be added to the excitement, to the Derby Day, but from a purely footballing perspective, it's a good test for us and a good benchmark. Yes, it is. It's a very good test for us, a very good benchmark, especially from what's coming out on the other side from Tommy Flanagan. I guess I am going to get into the mud. We are obviously the lower team, and they're the team above us where we aim to be. That's where we aim to be, and it's pretty impressive. Despite flying high in the Sky Bet League 2 table so far this season, the Red Dragons are currently occupy one of the automatic promotion spaces, which I think might have been adjusted just because the live scores were in. So that might not be fully up to date, but whatever. But anyways, Parkinson went on to explain we've already got to round 3, which is our initial aim. In all my times as a manager, I've never known a cup run not to benefit the team. Think about that. That's great. I think it will build the team up because what allows us to. Parkinson's not afraid to make changes, which is great, but it allow us to get some time on the pitch for some of the players that maybe don't get full 90 minutes, but also keeps us sharp and brings in money for the side, money for the club, money for the team. So I think that's great. And it's just a camaraderie. And Parkinson's so good at not going too high, not going too low. He just keeps it real steady Eddie, knows what he wants to get out there in the press. Whatever he's saying behind the scenes, fantastic to the club because it is working. Let me see here. Parkinson went on to say, I think that when we looked at it last year, it was a good opportunity to set a benchmark against some really good sides, and it allowed us to under the pressure in front of this. Basically, what he's saying, he's like playing in front of the cameras, what's allowed us to handle the pressure. You wanted to say it helped us to deal with those scenarios and benefited us when it came to the end of the season against Notts County and Bournemouth, and sure it did, and that's what sent us up. Parkinson reveled that there were no new injury concerns to report, but he admitted that his Sunday squad won't be boosted by any players returning into the frame for the selection on Sunday. Yes, I just saw an update on some of the injuries. So it looks like Palmer is still out. He is still injured. I did see an interview. I don't know if anyone saw. Scott Fletcher said he will have an extra day. I think it was kind of misconstrued that he might not be playing. I think what he meant, he said it's an extra day on Sunday to rest him after his hat trick game. So I believe he will be involved. But yes, so he will definitely be involved. From my understanding, and also I think that him having back and having Palmer out is a big deal. I think he said Leighton is out as well. I'm not sure about that, but having Palmer out and Fletcher hopefully back with his knee issues, coming back. Hopefully he'll be able to. I mean, I don't know if I'd start him. I might start Dalby up front. Just for Fletcher's legs. Yeah, granted, he deserves his place, obviously hat trick. But I think I'd start Dalby up front with Mulch just because of age and everything and having him come on. So we'll see. But obviously that's up to Parkinson. Whatever he thinks. Parkinson revealed that okay, a sellout is expected at Croud Meadow with the Red Dragons backed by a full away, and as Wrexham hope to progress into the 4th round competition. Yes. Little more here on Parkinson. He said, "We are a team who are used to playing with expectations on our shoulders." No shit. For every league game, there's a sellout with big expectations. And by the way, the no shit was me. Sorry, he did not say that. And we feel we have created a team with the mentality and strength of character to cope with that. And absolutely, and that's what this team has. Character, fight, spirit. They'll go through walls. Last quote by Parkinson is, "It will be a huge challenge for us, but one that we are very excited about. The lads will have a clear understanding of the importance of this tie before the game kicks off. It's important to understand but we know what we need to go there and do and have a clear game plan to get through to the next round." So yeah, it is important. They know what they're going to do. Parkinson's going to set them up, and we're going to go and do our thing. I think it's very, very very solid press conference from Parkinson to know exactly like this is how we're going to do this, and here we go. Okay, let's talk about the other side of things. Let's talk about Shrewsbury Town, also a big long rivalry. This is a little history note here. Our best win over the Shrews was a spectacular effort. It was a 7-0 win in the 1931 Welsh Cup final. 7-0 win with that's a long time ago, but Tommy Bamford, Tom Lewis each got 2 goals, while Sam Taylor did. Jack Mustard, love that name, and Jack Hughes also scored. So 7-0 win, the 1931 Welsh Cup final. That's when we won. That's fantastic. So, but on this note right now, obviously they're in League 2. Shrewsbury Town are in League 2. Their standing is they are in 15th place. They're just hovering about 7 points above the relegation zone. 15th place. They are in the league. In the league, they're 1 win out of the last 5. They have 30 points. They have a negative 19 goal difference. Yeah, negative 19 goal difference. So let's see if we can get at them. Let's see if we can absolutely get at them. A couple of quotes I have from their manager. I got this from one of their interviews. Yes, I did suffer and go through one of their interviews. Okay, Coach Matt Taylor, after his poor run of games, was a little vocal. He said, "You can shout at me as much as you want, but stick with the players. My role and responsibility, and a big part of my job, is to remove a lot of the pressure from the players. Yes, I understand football as I've been in it a long time. Football does crazy things to people emotionally. If the fans are looking to blame someone, they're going to blame me, and I have no issue with that. I understand it, but the one thing I would say is stick with the players because they're going to need you. I understand their frustration. It is nice to stand there and hear that. No. Is it nice? No, that's a question mark. No, from a human point of view, but from a football point of view, that's part of the job. You have to have broad shoulders to do this job. In reality, blah, blah, blah. Am I happy they are screaming at me and not the players? Yes, yes, as I want the players to feel free to play for themselves. Absolutely. So he's sticking up for his players after this poor run of games that they've had. Again, they're just above the relegation zone in regards to like points. I think they're 7 points ahead. And obviously Tommy Flanagan came out and he had some things to say. But it's going to be a tough match. We're going to get their best effort, as we always do. And as Sean said yesterday, we're going to give our best effort too. I anticipate us to go out there and, I don't do score predictions, but I insist. I think that anything that we go out and do tomorrow, we're going to give 100%. I think we can win this match. I think we can win this match. Don't want to go through a replay because there are FA Cup replays, but yeah, it's going to be a tough one. But we're traveling away. It's 27 miles down the road, and the Croud Meadow. It's going to be packed, and we're used to that. And it's how almost every game it feels that way. Every game is a big game. Every single game is a big game. So I'm excited for it. Hopefully, everyone else will be. It's an early kickoff. It's 2 p.m. GMT. It's going to be a 6 a.m. PST. So I will be up at 4:45 in the morning prepping for the game. Even this morning, my apologies. I'm trying to read. I don't even think the sleep is out of my eyes yet. So I'm still trying to see straight. But yeah. So okay. What else? Little squad note: Jacob Mendy will be unavailable as he prepares for the African Cup of Nations. But so he's not going to play. He's not going to play tomorrow. So I anticipate I think Ford will probably play tomorrow. My lineup for that would be, I'm going Okonkwo. By the way, I was on Okonkwo's Discord and his Discord the other day. I was watching him play, or Twitch, whatever it is, watching him play FIFA. I think he's doing a Wrexham career mode. But I had to jump off. I think he's doing a Wrexham career mode. But AO has his own Discord and his own Twitch, and I think he's doing a career mode on EAFC. So I saw him do that yesterday. But I anticipate, going back to the lineup, AO, McLean in the back. On the left, I go O'Connor, Tozer. I go full side. O'Connor, Tozer, and I'm keeping Cleworth in there. I'm going Ford. I'm going Gio. I'm going Cannon. I'm going Lee. And I'm going Mullen. And I'm going to partner him with Dalby. And I'll have Fletch come off the bench and JJ at some point too. So that's what I would do. I go full lineup But yes, so because Mendy will not be out. So it's a Rob Layton, and Ollie Palmer are absent. So they still have injury concerns. So hopefully they get better soon. I'm not sure what Ollie Palmer's issue is. I think it's a calf of some sort, but yeah, it is what it is. Lastly, there is, we had a transfer rumor mill the other day. Transfer note here, guy we were after. This is from Darren Whitcop on X. Don't know how in the know he is. I'm not in the know, but this is what he said. Jason Clark-Harris to Charlton is edging closer. Interest from Wrexham, but it looks like Peterborough striker is now heading to the Valley on a fee of around £450,000. So that was one of our rumor mill guys we were looking at the other day. He's a striker, obviously, Jason Clark-Harris, who plays for the Posh, and he could be going down, going up to Charlton. So okay, so that's fine. We'll keep an eye out on that. We'll do a little bit more. We'll do a little bit more of the transfer news and roundup stuff and see what's going on with the rumors. Games are about to kick back off as 8:05. This is right now. Barrow and Tranmere 47 minutes in, 0-0. Crawley is the league games. Remember this. Crawley, Bradford. Crawley's up 1-0. Mansfield are losing 1-0 to Crew at halftime. So that is what's going on now on a Saturday. Again, thank you everyone for joining, and we'll be up early doors tomorrow for the match, FA Cup Round 3, Shrewsbury Town FC versus Wrexham AFC. Go check out that interview with Sean on the YouTube page. It's really fantastic to get him to sit down, and more to come. So, all right, on that bombshell, I will see you all tomorrow morning. Oh, let's end the recording.